Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into how teaching Year 1 math can shift from, an intimidating abstract chore into a magical, hands-on adventure. If you've ever watched a young learner just stare blankly at a page of numbers, well, you know exactly what I mean. We're going to show you exactly how tactile, hands-on practice builds essential number skills, literally turning frustration into sheer fascination. Let's get right into it.
Here's our roadmap for today. First up, the magic of Year 1. Then, concrete first, using the CRA model. After that, we'll explore math in the wild. And finally, we'll wrap things up with building a growth mindset.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the magic of Year 1.
So, how exactly do we turn a math lesson into a magical adventure? Well, it starts by understanding that Year 1 is an incredibly foundational time. This is when kids actually start connecting the numbers they see to the real, tangible world around them. It's not just about memorization, right? It's about helping them realize that numbers are basically a secret code for understanding everything, from sharing a pizza with friends to building a giant tower.
Now, take a look at the stark contrast between how we as adults view math and how a child needs to view it. To a young mind, an abstract equation like 5 plus 3 equals 8 is, well, it's terrifying. They're just random squiggles on a page. But if you approach that exact same problem with tactile objects, like say 5 red blocks and 3 blue blocks, suddenly it's totally approachable. This is exactly how hands-on practice builds essential number skills. We're giving their brains a physical, concrete anchor for abstract concepts.
During this year, learners are really zeroing in on core number skills that literally lay the groundwork for their entire mathematical future. We're talking about sequencing numbers from 0 all the way to 100, discovering place value, grouping things into tens and ones, and navigating basic addition and subtraction up to 20. They even get a little sneak peek at multiplication through skip counting by 2s, 5s, and 10s. But here's the kicker. We aren't going to teach any of this with just pencils and paper. No way.
Which brings us to Section 2, concrete first, introducing the CRA model.
Think of this three-phase journey as our secret decoder ring. You absolutely must start with the first step, the concrete stage. This means using physical toys, pebbles, whatever you have. Then, and only after their hands have mastered the physical concept, do you move to step 2, the representational stage. This is where you draw tallies or simple pictures. Finally, at step 3, they reach the abstract stage. Those plus, minus, and equal symbols finally make intuitive sense because they've actually lived the physical experience of adding and taking away.
And hey, we aren't just making this up to be playful. If you look at official educational planning tools and curriculums, they literally write manipulatives into their lesson plans. Stuff like using Lego to design a block castle to teach geometry and measurement. It's right there. It is a core educational expectation that young children learn by doing.
So, the crucial takeaway here, treat math objects like a literal pile of treasure. Do not rush to abstract equations before they've had a chance to touch, move, and build things. Seriously, if a child is struggling with a worksheet, the absolute best thing you can do is just put the paper away and bring out the blocks. Just let their hands do the thinking. Moving on to Section 3. Math in the wild. Let's see how this looks in everyday life.
Here's the great news. You are already fully equipped to teach this stuff because math is everywhere. When you're cutting a pizza into halves or counting the 8 legs on your 2 dogs, you are teaching math. Cooking and baking together? That introduces fractions and measurement. Just having a child put their shoes under the bed teaches positional language. And the grocery store? Oh, that is a live masterclass in money and addition. The world around you is basically your classroom.
Take the shopkeeper game, for example. Playing this with real, tangible items is incredibly effective. Why? Because you're teaching addition, but the child just thinks they're having fun. Hand them actual fruit, let them use play money, or even real coins to buy kitchen snacks from you. This specific kind of hands-on practice builds essential number skills with absolutely zero resistance from the learner. It's brilliant.
Now, since most places don't actually mandate formal Year 1 math assessments, your informal observations during these playful moments are honestly the best way to monitor their progress. You really don't need a formal test score to know if they understand one-to-one correspondence, especially if you just watch them successfully calculate exactly how many plates are needed to set the dinner table for the whole family.
Finally, let's hit Section 4, building a growth mindset. We really have to explicitly reframe mistakes. As the quote points out, mistakes are a totally normal part of building mathematical understanding. They are not failures, guys. They are valuable, flashing signs that a child is thinking hard and exploring brand new problem-solving paths. If they get a sum wrong, it's not because they aren't good at math. It's simply because they're in the middle of learning it. How we react to their mistakes right now heavily dictates their future relationship with numbers. So instead of rushing in to correct a wrong answer, try using this exact phrase. That's an interesting way to think about it. Can you show me how you got there? Using this models curiosity. It helps the child view problems as exciting challenges to decode. When you ask them to show their thinking with their blocks, you'll often uncover a brilliant piece of logic. And by talking and moving the objects around, they usually end up correcting themselves anyway, which is just incredibly empowering for them.
So take a look around. You've got all the tools you need hidden right in plain sight. You don't need expensive workbooks or fancy high-tech software. You just need some blocks, a playful attitude, and the willingness to let their hands do the learning. The next time your child struggles with a math concept, ask yourself, are you trying to force them to read a foreign language, or are you ready to hand them the physical keys to decode the universe? So tell me, what hands-on math adventure is hiding in your living room right now?